Good morning, everyone. I'm going to call this Wilson County Commissioners Court to order. It is Monday, June 22nd, and it is 9 o'clock a.m. Before we begin our agenda items, we'll have our prayer by Elder Adrian Brown and then our pledges. Mr. Brown?
Our Heavenly Father, we thank you again for the privilege we have of coming and serving you another day and for giving us another day of life. Be with each one here. We ask for your Holy Spirit to guide the proceedings and continue to be with each one of us that are dealing with ailments, and especially with Joe and Rachel and his recovery. And I'm sure we all know others that are dealing with with issues too. We ask for your comfort and your healing hand to be upon each and every one. Again, I ask that you'll be with the proceedings here. We ask for your Holy Spirit to guide according to your will. We pray in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Let the minutes reflect that we have a full court. All members are present. Do we have any public comments? Jody Doyle, is that correct? Yes, ma'am. You have the floor. You have 3 minutes.
Good morning, Commissioners, Judge, everybody. I'm Jody Doyle. I'm here with the Wilson County Resource Preservation Project. We're representing over 3,000 residents who have signed our petitions. This issue is not going away. We want to work with you to protect our community from becoming an industrial wasteland of data centers, power plants, and solar farms. Corporate secrecy and LLCs are breeding deep mistrust. Developers use secrecy because they know we don't want them here. Take the Massey Energy Hub project. Over 1,300 families are directly affected, yet were denied any notice or say before these massive developments reach their doorstep. The community faces 3 major threats from these projects: water depletion. Developers claim they don't use much water, yet they aggressively buy up land for industrial wells and brag about their unlimited water access. As far as I can tell, the data centers are not accounted for or even mentioned in the GMA 13 or 15 desired future conditions for the next 50 years. The quality of life. Rural towns are being transformed into 5-mile construction sites. Developers promise local jobs, but they actually bring in their own temporary labor, housing, and resources, leaving us with declining property values and soaring utility rates. Air and noise pollution. The rush to hook into the grid to beat regulations, like the new TCEQ application for the Dunamis BESS, threaten to overload our infrastructure and environment, and that's Massey, if you don't already know about it. They're adding another power plant or moving the one they had or doing something, but Dunamis BESS is Massey. We urgently need the county's help to set guardrails and enforce hard caps on water, noise, and air pollution, and emergency services. We're asking that you please establish a system of transparency. Tell us when these projects and applications come up. Talking to the community about what's happening with these projects, the solar farms and the power plants and the data centers, will go a long way to gaining the trust of the public, because everybody is cynical and mistrustful about all these things coming in. Involve the public before the ink is dry on these contracts. We deserve a say in our own lives. And I thank you for your time and your partnership in helping us to work with this group and get some guardrails in place for the industrial developments. Thank you.
Thank you. Agenda item number 4, certificates of completion, awards, and bond continuations. The National Association of County Veterans Officers, 16 hours of continuing education for Raymond Herrera, bond continuations for Georgina Lita, Deputy Clerk, and the VG Young School for County Commissioners Court, 14 hours for educational training for Commissioner Jeffrey Perdola. Enter those into the minutes. We're going to bypass item number 5 for permitting and development till 10 o'clock when we have that hearing. We will move to agenda item number 6, discuss and take action on accepting 2 bonds for ESD 3 regarding board members Eddie B. Chandler Jr. and Cindy Howell Oates Couch. Do we have bonds? This is the new requirement, Commissioners, that they're needed, ESD 2 and 1, I believe have already done it. Their treasurer has to be bonded, so has to go and approved by court, and I have the 2 bonds here. I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion that we accept the bonds for Eddie B. Callender Jr. and Cindy Howell Oates Couch.
Second.
For ESD 3.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Aiken, seconded by Commissioner Perdola. Do we have any other discussion regarding this agenda item? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against, nay. Ayes have it, motion passes. Agenda item number 7, we have Levi Kep, is that correct? Right? Come on up, sir. Texas General Land Office Veterans Land Board. This is discussion only. General Land Office Veterans Land Board recognition of the Wilson County Veterans Service Office for dedication of service to the veterans at the Frank Tejeda Texas State Veterans Home. Mr. Kep, you have the floor.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, everyone. My name is Levi Kep. I represent the Veterans Land Board in our Frank Tejeda Texas State Veterans Home here in Floresville. A few years ago, I took the role and I saw a need. There was a lack of services in the home for veteran service officers coming in at the time, and there was just a gap where our veterans were not getting the benefits that they deserve. Ray Herrera came on board, and we made a partnership that is now the standard throughout all the state Texas veterans homes. The General Land Office now has sharing agreements with all the county veteran services that a Veterans Land Board home resides in. And for that, I'm here on behalf of the Land Commissioner, Don Buckingham, to present Ray Herrera and the Wilson County Veterans Service Office with a certificate. If you could come up, Ray, and I'll read it. Ray Herrera, Wilson County Veteran Service Officer, is hereby honored and recognized for his exemplary dedication and service to the veterans of Wilson County and the Frank M. Tejeda Texas State Veterans Home. In testimony whereof I have signed my name and caused the seal of the General Land Office to be affixed at the City of Austin this day, the 15th of May, 2026. Signed, Don Buckingham, Chairwoman, MD.
Go ahead, Ray.
I think it's important to highlight, Judge, this is a result of the awesome and amazing team that I have here at the office, at the Veterans Office. Every time I step out, they hold down the fort. So a lot of it, this is a result to it. Also, the invested partnerships for our veterans in our community. Levi and I have just been able to establish that, and I'm constantly looking for other organizations and partners to partner to always further our veteran community here. So I want to.
Ray, you always continue to give superb service to our veterans, and I'm not going to speak, I'm pretty sure I can speak on behalf of the commissioners. They all support you, and they're very proud of your efforts and your team's efforts, and you never stop. So we're proud of you for doing that, and thank you for taking care of the veterans. And do we have a copy of that so we can put it into the record?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Y'all have any questions for Mr. Herrera?
No, thanks for
we get
everything you
a
do, and thanks for coming in, Levi, to present that. It's important. We've taken several great steps in the last years to get to where we're at today, so thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Ray.
Thank you. Can we get a picture, Judge?
Sure, let's do it.
Behind us, or you want to go?
How do you want to come behind us? Sure. Agenda item number 8, discuss and take action on a memorandum of understanding between Wilson County and CASA of South Texas lease agreement. Where's Evelyn? Let's see. I think we hadn't had an updated one since 2023, and it was brought to our attention, so y'all want, and where did Evelyn go, Sean?
I think she's
Oh, okay.
While she's doing that, so in the first paragraph, it says, let's see. So the original memorandum was the 10th of 22, is that correct?
That's correct. It was
And
on the 10th.
term, don't we need to change the length of the term? Or do we need to change the length of the term there, or is this? Also,
Yeah. Yeah, I think the other thing was it had Judge Jackson's name on it. We had to change that. That's been changed in the back.
Yeah, I think so. It's kind of a continuation of the same standing. So, yes,
change it. Okay.
make it yearly or, I had stated you could have it renewal, but if you want to do it yearly, that's fine as well.
So, and I believe we did it for January. Okay, so do you want to pencil that out, or we need to redo it
You
again?
can pencil it in.
Okay. Which one do you want changed, Evelyn, where?
It's the date at the beginning of the date that it's being made, which is today, and that it's to run, if you wanted to have it, January 2025, I'm 2026 until 27, or if you wanted. Just allows CASA and us to work together on cases with CPS. So it's those two dates.
Okay, so on this, on number 2 terms, you want that January 9th to change to 2027 to allow the judge-elect to come in and he can,
That's fine.
okay, that'll work.
And then at the top, where it's being signed today, which is,
Got it. Got it. Yeah, I've changed that. Okay, with those changes, there. Yeah. Good catch. Okay, I made those changes and I've initialed it. Given those changes, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to renew memorandum of understanding with Wilson County and CASA effective today from January 10th of 2025 to January 9th of 2027.
Second.
Was that Commissioner Aiken? Yes. Okay. Motion made by Commissioner Martin, seconded by Commissioner Aiken. We have any other discussion regarding this agenda item? Hear none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against, nay. Ayes have it, motion passes. Agenda item number 9, we have Don Pelazic Barnett, County Tax Assessor Collector, discuss and take action to approve the BIS Consultant Service Provider contract that provides automated server backups and IT maintenance to the Wilson County Appraisal District server that is shared by the Wilson County Tax Office along with website and online services for the tax office.
Good morning.
And good morning. Sorry about the mix-up from last time.
It's okay.
Okay.
Okay, so BIS currently is the Wilson County Appraisal District's IT. So the appraisal district shares the server with my office. So we're on the same server. So this contract is to provide services, like if we have issues when logging in, any issues with our online services. We've had, this is nothing new. I've had it since 2018. They've just never required an actual contract. They used to just invoice me annually. But this year, they're asking for a contract. There's not even a signature required on it. But Evelyn has reviewed it and says there's no issue with it. So it's not and it is currently budgeted. I budget for it annually. There's no changes, nothing's changing from what I currently do.
Okay. Commissioners will entertain a motion on agenda item number 9.
The final number is at 233970. And that's an annual contract.
Yes, it is an annual contract, and it is, like I stated, currently in my budget. I'm not requesting any additional funds. Yes, 233970.
But there's no signature. It's just odd because it's not in the form of a normal contract.
Right.
They just kind of printed it up with a,
Yeah, like I said, they've never required this in the past. So when I received it, I sent it over to Evelyn. She reviewed it. There's no issue with it. They just want something, I guess, in writing stating that we're going to pay for the services.
Really memorializing what they've been doing for all these years in written form. To assure that we're going to pay them.
Right.
And so the schedule is there and it is in the budget.
So what is this? Why are we backing up their server?
This is my portion. I share the server with the appraisal district.
Okay,
So
why?
we share the cost.
And why? Why do we share it with, because they should be providing this to you, correct?
Okay, so if I had my own server, my office would not be live with the appraisal district. When the appraisal district makes an ownership change, or the only thing that doesn't come over live is if they change the values, apply supplements.
So what's the difference between what you're able to do and what I'm able to do, just going in as a person? I log in here right now and I look up my property. What's different between me doing that and you doing that with this, whatever?
This is our tax software. So I share the appraisal district server.
But you're only sharing the CAD portion of
No,
the biz.
I share the server. The CAD has their portion of the software. I have my portion of the software. The sharing of the server streamlines our process tremendously.
And shouldn't the venue, if there's any potential lawsuits, be Wilson County and not Dallas County?
Well, that's where the company is located.
No, but we're not there. Something comes up, I don't.
That it
And shouldn't we have the start and the end date coincide with our budget year?
That's not how,
Well, it depends if it's already been budgeted for last year and it's already been paid. The contractor doesn't
I know
care.
they
It's
don't.
when we allocate the money. So are you saying
Well,
that it should be included in
well, that's
next
what
year's?
that's what I'm asking is, the agreement says it's a calendar year. We don't work on the calendar year. So.
we don't work over a calendar year, but say my term ends, a new tax assessor comes in, they may not want to do this.
Well,
So
and that's what that doesn't have anything to do with that because that's a January to January thing. This has to do with the budget year. So as long as that payment's made before October 1st, because I did look at the contract, it does talk about if there's not funds available, the county has a typical government deal, so that's okay. But that's what I'm asking is should the start and renewal date coincide with our budget year? Because after the budget year, there's no guarantee that there's funds.
Are there payments made monthly?
No,
Or the payment is just made?
correct.
Or has the payment already been made for 25, 26?
I do not know. I don't understand what the date of that contract, what changing it to our fiscal year would affect anything.
Because the budget expires September
So
30th?
every contract that you're going to bring through Commissioners Court from this point forward is going to be January to December?
No, it's going to be October to.
Every contract? Okay, y'all
That's where-
make,
that's
take
where-
note of
that's-
that.
That's what we've been moving towards. That's why I'm asking.
Well, I think what he's saying is money is allocated October 1st. So if the for November and December, then what he's saying is if we approve it now, it has not yet been allocated because the budget for
Okay.
next year has not been.
This
I think
is
that's-
for this fiscal year, January 1st, 2026 through December 2027.
That's not the fiscal year. Fiscal year ends up.
Okay,
Okay, the question is, for me, is you have the funds to pay for this right now?
absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, all right.
Nothing's changing with this other than they asked for this contract.
Very good.
This, and then on, I don't know what page. it is. The term is June 1 of 26 to January 31 of 27. I don't know why that term
If
is
it-
information page.
been this since 2018. Budget every year, whether it's prorated because it's October versus January. I don't think there's a problem. Contract to reflect that.
Makes it simpler, doesn't it? Takes any question of validity.
But I mean, there's a
Payment
clause in
clause
there
and all.
that says that it, government, I mean, we can decide not to budget. We would pay pro rata what we already, service that's been provided up to that date. Anyway, or they would,
So just for the record, if that's something you want to look at, me not having this contract with them could possibly shut my tax office down. So if that's what you want to look at, there, that could be what might happen. If they're not there, our IT people cannot touch the appraisal district server.
Part of it, to me, just seems like we're getting charged twice. Because we're paying them to do whatever it is they do for us, and then now we're having to pay extra things on top of that we should be separated. I mean, access to that should be no different than anybody in here going to access.
Okay, so you don't know how the tax office works, but I invite you to come to my office one day and sit so we can show you. Me sharing the server with the appraisal district is a huge thing for our taxpayers. It would be very, very different if I had my own server. Then we'd be having to pay out of pocket to update our own server instead of splitting it with the appraisal district.
All right, so what contract period do you want then? Because you've got two different dates on these documents. You've got January 1 to December 31 of 26, and June 1st to 2026 to January 31 of 27.
January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2026 is the date that's on here.
On the copy I have.
Okay. Whatever y'all would like to do.
No, I'm asking you, what date do you want?
I just
This one?
stated what date.
Okay, but that's different than this one.
That is what is on the back page.
Yes.
This calendar year.
They have a calendar year on there, is that right?
Yes,
January?
This calendar year
Yes.
is what's being asked for.
And just for the record, again, I'm not related to whoever this person is that owns this company.
It's on the very last.
January to
There,
December.
but it's
That's what I'm saying.
it's this page. Further down, I believe, or wherever it is.
On the last page.
Look for one where it says for compensation.
Well, they didn't put the total at the end of the contract with everything else. It's embedded in it.
You know,
Never mind, sorry, wrong contract.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion that we accept the contract as presented by the tax assessor collector for the term to be January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026, in the amount of $2,339.70 with Biz Consultants.
second.
Motion made by Commissioner Akins, seconded by Commissioner Keen. Any other discussion regarding agenda item? Hear none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against, nay. Ayes have it, motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Barnett.
Thank you.
Thank you. Agenda item number 10, discuss and take action to take from the table to discuss approving a renewal autopsy forensic pathology services between Wilson County and Ray Hernandez, MD. Sheriff, can we have you at the podium right quick?
Yes, sir.
So, on this, Dr. Fernandez, have you had any complaints about him returning or getting reports back? Because I did contact each one of the JPs. They're okay with his services and have not heard anything from any of your detectives or they get it back pretty quick. Okay. He usually requires a 2-year contract. I've talked to him on the phone and told him, there's a chance that we may be online beginning next year for the medical examiner's office in Atascosa. We don't know that yet. So we haven't worked out what the operating cost is for that facility. So that's why I put it into January of last year, and he's agreement for that so that the incoming judge has a chance to look at that and make a decision with the court. Are you okay with his services?
I'm okay with his services, and I will say that if we don't have some kind of contract, it would put me in a bind because he wouldn't have to take our, we'd all have to be need to look for an ME to take somebody. And this way, we got a contract at least through January.
Your closest, and one of them, I do not recommend, she's overloaded, and that's in Lockhart. We don't use her, and she's a good lady. She's trying to retire.
Next.
You either have to go to Williamson County, or you're going to have to go to Rosenberg. Both of those are going to require about a 3-hour one-way drive just to get there for your investigators, and that's going to take a lot of time. Now, I'll note this with Dr. Fernandez. If he gets a body in that night, he didn't care if it's 1 or 2 in the morning, he goes over there and starts that autopsy immediately. There's no waiting for him. All right, Commissioners,
Did you say he would prefer a what kind of contract, Dr. Fernandez?
he prefers a 2-year contract.
Well, I mean, I agree with kind of what you said. I guess the reality right now is based on the information we have today, it'll be the end of next year before the facility will be open. I don't know if that affects.
You're saying December 20,
It'll be January 1 of '28 probably is the estimated date of opening right now.
Do,
I think we ask him to do this calendar year and next calendar year, and then we know that we're covered. And that won't get in but a year and a half, but
right, instead of 2 years, but go to a year and a half?
All you got to do is an emotion. Tell me what you want on there.
Well, and actually, as I recall, we can get out of this contract relatively quickly with notification, right? You looked at this.
Most of them do, so.
Sufficient notice.
What date did you want it to end at?
I would say December 31 of '27 is what I would recommend.
Okay.
That gets him closer to his 2 years. I mean, they should be open by then. There might be some transition period in the very beginning, but because Atascosa County is on the calendar year budget, they're asking that we calendar year.
Okay.
Everybody else operates on the fiscal year like we do, but we've been trying to honor that.
Okay.
Waiting on a motion.
So I'll make a motion to approve the renewal for the autopsy forensic pathologist.
Pathology.
Oh, man. Service between Wilson County and Ray Hernandez, MD, PLLC from, what was that?
June 1 of '26.
June 1, 2026 to December 31st, 2027.
All right.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner King, second by Commissioner Paradola, and I made that correction initially. Would that suffice, Ms. Huron, if I just? Okay. All right, any other discussion regarding agenda item number 10? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those against, nay. Ayes have it, motion passes. Please. Commissioner Martin, you have all your folks here from D&D? You ready?
Sir.
You're ready, okay. Agenda item number 11, A, discuss, take action to award a construction contract to D&D contractors in the amount of $564,062.90 for the Creekwood Project Phase 1.
Okay, so in working with the county attorney's office and the auditor's office, we and our county engineer, KCI, I prepared plans, got with Ms. Labus. Everything's been published. It was bid. And this was a low bid project. And so D&D Construction, or D&D Contractors was the low bidder in that amount of $564,062.90. And so at this point, I'm recommending that we proceed ahead with our low bid and authorize the county judge to execute a contract with them. So,
Is that a motion, sir?
well, I can make it as a motion, but I just wanted to see if there was any questions, really big questions before we.
Commissioner, any questions?
Okay, then I'll make a motion to award a construction contract, or to authorize the judge to execute a construction contract with D&D Contractors in the amount of $564,062.90.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Martin, seconded by Commissioner King. Have any other discussion regarding agenda item 11A? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those against, nay. Ayes have it, motion passes. We move to 11.
Judge.
All right, go ahead. sir.
I have the contract and
You got
the
10B.
signers for the contractor.
Okay. There's one in the back, one more.
Hey, thanks, gentlemen. I'll see you all Friday for the pre-construction conference. Ms. Martinez is going to attest the contract, and once she has it scanned, I'll send it out to everybody that's involved in the project.
All right, we'll move to agenda item 11B, discuss take action to approve a budget amendment to move $300,000 from Precinct 1 Road and Bridge Reserve Fund account to the Road and Bridge Repairs line item for the 2025-26 budget to fully fund the project.
So last year, when we prepared the budget, I discussed this with the auditor, and she just recommended I prepare my budget since we didn't have any idea where the numbers would come in, and that we would do a budget amendment to do that. So I've spoken to Ms. Labus, and she's agreed that this is the appropriate thing to take it from and to move it to. So with that said, I'll make a motion to make a budget amendment to move $300,000 from the Precinct 1 Road and Bridge Reserve Fund account to the Road and Bridge Repairs line item for the 2025-26 budget to fund the Creekwood Phase 1 project.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Martin, seconded by Commissioner King. Any other discussion regarding agenda 11B? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote.
Hang on.
I'm sorry, go
I think
ahead.
she's got some, so she has an order for us to sign. It's all perfect.
Oh, okay, can we proceed with the vote?
Yeah, I think so, because we don't need to say that to approve the order. Okay. No, yeah, Ms. Sharon says we can just go ahead and vote.
Okay, we'll proceed. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against, nay. Motion passes. Agenda item number 12, we have Gary Martin, Commissioner Precinct 1, discuss take action on accepting a donation of road material and labor from Howard Blacktop LLC.
Yes, so Mr. Howard called me the other day. He's working on Southwood Oaks, and he wanted to store his material to pave someone's driveway in that cul-de-sac, and his agreement with me was that whatever material he had left over, he would spread in that cul-de-sac and make an improvement for the county at no charge. So I said that sounded good to me. So I'll make a motion to accept a donation of road material and labor from Howard Blacktop LLC.
Check.
Motion made by Commissioner Martin, seconded by Commissioner King. Is there any other discussion regarding agenda item number 12? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those against, ayes have it, motion passes. Agenda item number 13, discuss and take action to accept Senate Bill 8 funds awarded to the Wilson County Sheriff's Department. Come on up, Sheriff.
Morning again. I believe you should have copies of the signed agreements between Comptroller's Office and myself for the $80,000 for Senate Bill 8 grant funds. We've received the funds, just asking you to accept receipt.
Commissioners, I'll entertain a motion on agenda item number 13.
I'll make a motion to accept the Senate Bill 8 funds awarded to the Wilson County Sheriff's Department.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Martin, seconded by Commissioner Aiken. Is there any other discussion regarding agenda item number 13? Hearing none, call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against, ayes have it, motion passes. Agenda item number 14, again with our sheriff, discuss and take action to declare surplus weapon bids for the 3 weapons dealers.
I believe 2 commissioners' courts ago, y'all approved surplus of other vehicles, but wanted a third bid or third quote on the weapons. You now have the third quote. We will be going with the highest quote of the 3. I just need them declared surplus so I can get rid of them.
I'm looking for the amounts here.
The last one was quite a bit lower. I don't remember what the total was, but the last one from 87 Armory. It's kind of obvious he didn't want it.
Thousand and something, wasn't it?
19,000 something was the, I think, Red Status Gunworks. This is just under 20,000. Doesn't want to open. Because I believe Red Status was 19,450.
And they were the highest bidder.
They were the highest bidder.
My problem is
The other one,
maybe it's under the trade.
Peacemaker
Yeah.
was 15,000.
19,675, sound correct?
And Peacemaker's 15, and said, I don't remember the total to the last one, but it's gonna be probably around 10.
So obviously you're wanting to go with the Red Status Gunworks,
Yes.
okay. Will entertain a motion, Commissioners.
I'll make a motion.
Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna say, here's my problem. I have bought from them before. So, I mean, I'm just stating that so that the public knows that I have traded there.
I'll make a motion to declare right, we're going with red status?
Yes.
Declare the surplus weapons bids for Red Status Gunworks.
Is declare the weapon surplus and award the bid to,
Okay, so declare the surplus weapon bids from the dealers and award it to Red Status Gunworks
In the amount,
in the amount of $19,675.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Commissioner King, seconded by Commissioner Martin. We have any other discussion regarding agenda item number 14?
Mrs. Huron, should I abstain or should I go ahead and? I mean, it's not like I have a trade partnership with them. I have just. No, I think you can vote. Thank you.
All right, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against? Ayes have it, motion passes. Ms. Huron, we got a 10 o'clock hearing. Do you think if we go into executive session here that we'll be out? Okay, so let's suspend the rule then? Never? All right, I'll entertain a motion to suspend the rules so that we can move on to the next agenda items.
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules and move to item 16.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Martin, second by Commissioner King. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against, all right, we have suspended the rules. We will go to now, to item 16, Lou Serrato permitting. You think we can get through these pretty quick? No? Maybe?
We'll get what we can get.
We'll get what we get in return. All right. 16A, utility permits. 1, permit 898, Charter Spectrum, Precinct 4, Farm to Market Road 3432 and Home Place Drive, review and approve.
For Charter Spectrum, this was provided to Commissioner Aiken for review.
Make a motion that we accept permit 898 from Charter Spectrum, in which they're just advising us that they're going to be putting in fiber optics.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Aiken, seconded by Commissioner Perdola. Any other discussion regarding 16A1? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against, nay. Ayes have it, motion passes. We move to 16B, variances. US Highway 87 West, 12097, the Ravine Private Roads, discuss and take action.
The Lewis family and the Whitty family are the property owners, and they had submitted a variance requesting private streets for a gated subdivision. Roads will be built to county and IFC regulations and maintained by the HOA or POA.
Whose precinct? Mine. Yours?
3.
Mr. Baggs just showed up.
just need to do
This
a
is just for the
variance.
private roads, that's it, so.
I'll make a motion that we accept the variance for the private roads on the Ravine subdivision.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Perdola, seconded by Commissioner King. Is there any other discussion regarding 16B? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against, nay. Ayes have it, motion passes. 16C, Tier 2 Development, Blades of Grass replat. 1, review and approve final plat, discuss and take action.
We can't do that till after we have the public hearing.
When you do the hearing.
Yeah, we got
Oh, is that the hearing?
public hearing first.
Well, why didn't on the other one like that?
No, no,
Okay,
no.
we'll pass it. Okay, we got you.
Just skip C.
And we can go to D.
Okay. 16D, proposed permit, review proposed commercial side impact permit, discuss and take action. Now, there's not a lot of information on that. What do you got?
It'll be between myself and Commissioner King.
So what we did here is, with our permitting, tax something out to everything that we get. And it had, Polk County had a lot of their permitting stuff. So we got to looking at that. Right now, with these, if we have big infrastructures or any infrastructure coming in, we're gonna wind up starting to get flooded out. We've had plenty of rain to kind of see where our problem areas are ready. So kind of got to talking to the permitting office, and no, Wilson County cannot zone. That's 100%, we cannot zone. But with this, go pay attention to all these cities that are getting built up and the concrete and everything else. Where's that water go? Into our roadways and floods everything out, right? So, this is for commercial permitting only is what we're looking at. Doing this under the flood order and Texas codes, and that was sent out to y'all already. Texas Water Code, Chapter 26. Texas Pollution Discharge Illumination System. And then we want to make sure that we're capturing our stormwater management. So we're not having problems with water taking over our roads or anything else. So that's kind of where we're going, looking at a commercial development. Especially whenever, a guy brought up earlier about data centers. I mean, where's all that water going to go? That is a big pad there that's not going to soak up water anymore with multiple buildings on it. So we have to get in front of a lot of problems, and I think this will help us get in front of these problems. So especially whenever it comes to drainage and everything else, getting our engineers involved.
Oh, it's your world, guys. I don't understand, but I'm trying to understand. Are you asking, is it going to be a cost now for these people to do this? And how, okay, so what are the regulations that they're going to have to follow? Are those in place now, or do we have to make those regulations?
Those regulations are basically, they're already in place and following our flood mitigation and our IFC. Our marshal was not here, but we did speak to him about the IFC side of it as well.
You know what the cost of this permit's going to be?
We didn't bring that up, did we? But the permit is on there if y'all want to look that over. I don't have the cost of the permit on. You didn't bring the cost with you?
That wasn't discussed. I
That-
thought that was going to be going under IFC's
Yeah.
one and all of his fees.
Well, I was looking at IFC, making sure we didn't impact him as well.
I know Luce has been in communication with Carl Fowler, our fire marshal. So whatever fees he's doing, he's taking care of them. Nothing's going to be coming from our office that's going to be doubling up and same as his. So if we do a development, we're also going to know how many buildings are out there. Anything else that's going to be concerning the IFC 2020 regulations and his office, he takes care of those.
Well, this has both, so are y'all gonna handle it? I mean, I understand the way that you tried to say it, it's gonna be a shared, but who gets to see this first?
Be coming to us first for development.
Mrs. Your Honor, you looked.
I don't know. I mean, I was in discussion. So, I mean, we can regulate, certainly, to protect but I understand I mean, if there's already regulation in place, I didn't quite understand.
So would you recommend we table this until you can get more information to review this?
Why don't we take no action on it that way, because give enough time to do the research.
Yeah, I think we've got a little more homework to do here, because I don't know if this needs a takings impact analysis too, or whether it just, we haven't set the fees, so the fees all need to be set, so we can approve this, so when you implement it, everything is there ready to go.
And I know y'all had a fee sheet.
And our development didn't change. That was only $100.
Correct.
Okay, Commissioners, I recommend we take no action. We table it, it's got to come back again, and that may not be enough time to give the research needed to get the answers to this. So if you're okay with no action, we can move on. Objections? Okay. I think that's it. Thank you, ma'am. Sheriff? Think you can do something real quick in 7 minutes? Okay, agenda item number 17, we have Jim Stewart, our county sheriff's office progress report.
Committee meeting.
Okay, for the month of May, we had 495 reportable calls, 943 non-reportable calls, or a total of 1,438, which is pretty much running average for the year, somewhere in that 1,430-something. We had 45 livestock calls, 29 animal complaints, 11 mental health calls, and 1 burn ban. May 26 on-call arrests and 35 on-site arrests at those calls. Security checks for the month of May is 70. Patrol buys 641. Had 530 traffic code enforcement. Traffic citations, we wrote 81. Wrote 5 misdemeanor citations, 1 animal complaint citation, 1 livestock citation. 508 traffic warnings for the month, 2 misdemeanor warnings, 2 burn ban warnings, and 4 livestock warnings. Criminal interdiction, OLS, for the month of May, had 19 felony arrests, 14 misdemeanor arrests. They made 134 traffic stops and assisted patrol 12 times. Month of May, they seized 2 weapons, 1 vehicle. They did 2 days out-of-county grant operation in Lavaca County, I believe, and handled 4 undocumented illegal aliens and with ICE or Border Patrol. They seized 9.7 grams of meth, 11.53 ounces of marijuana, 3,843 ounces of THC oil, 104 grams of mushrooms. Mushrooms aren't a real big deal anymore, but in the jail, CID stats, we're revamping the stats, so they're not available this month. We're going to have a different layout on those. For the jail, 110 was the average population for the jail for this month, averaging 115 for the year, which basically we're holding station with an average of about 3 to 4 incarcerations a day. We housed 4 for the Marshal Service for a total $11,160, 3 for Gonzales County SO for a total of $5,580. Court security, they drove 8,100 miles last month, handled 12 calls. They did 62 in-county transports, 24 out-of-county transports, no mental health transports for the month, and they made 3 arrests. Any questions?
Any questions of the sheriff?
Good.
Thank you, sir. It is 9:57 a.m. We're going to take a temporary recess from our regular session and wait till 10 o'clock for agenda item number 5 when we go to a public hearing. Move to agenda item number 5, permitting and development. We have a public hearing, 10 o'clock, of application to revise plat Blades of Grass Lot 1 and 2. Do we have any public comments? Okay. Come on up, man.
He ran out.
You scared him off.
He went outside.
Okay.
The Blades of Grass, the property owner is the developer as well, and he was wanting to give a portion of his Lot 1 that he currently owns to his neighbor in the back. But last year, he had already given a portion of it to his daughter as a gift deed. So with this replat, we're taking care of both of the situations. So
Is it the gentleman right here? This?
Yes.
Yeah. Come on up, sir. You identify can you You can. You're not going to get much money, but we're broke here. So yeah, go ahead and identify yourself, sir.
My name is Blade Seiler, Ray Blade Seiler. We had blades of grass, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, we built the county road, mainly because we gifted our daughters 11 acres each, Arched Oak Loop. And then my one daughter wanted to trade some land on the other side of my other daughter, so we traded with her. So that's the reason the combination there. And then we gifted our other daughter 2.94 acres to attach to their property. And that's about it. So I was told at one time we could just nullify blades of grass, but that had something to do with the county road. So then we went to a replat. So we've been working on that. Right now, my daughter and her husband signed it, notarized it, my wife and I have. I was at it at no offense, but Phelps at 8 o'clock this morning because my engineer been trying for a week and a half to get them to respond to his emails or voicemails. I was there, they were too busy to come out and sign it, notarize it, but they did just now notify my engineer that they are available at 1 o'clock tomorrow to sign it and that. So I don't know how things work. I don't know whether commissioners can sign it and then go get that signed tomorrow, so we're not delayed anymore, but it's been going on for quite a while.
Okay, that's a different agenda item. Right now, we're on a public hearing. Anybody that wants to comment about replatting the
Yeah.
subdivision?
Anybody else? Okay, thank you. All right. Nobody else for comments? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close this public hearing at 10:03, and we're going to go back into regular session, 10:03 a.m., and we're going to return to 16B variances, 1 U.S. Highway 87 West, 1. Okay, gotcha. Tier 2 development, Blades of Grass replat, review and approve final plat, discuss and take action.
As Mr. Seiler had said it a while ago, with his development, he had gifted a portion of his Lot 1 that he owns to his daughter, and his neighbor in the back, Mr. Reynolds, had asked him last year if he may be able to get a portion of his Lot 1 to use as a secondary entrance to his property in the back. That is a primary entrance off of Laboratory Lane. He's just been having some issues as using it as a primary entrance because of a business in the front that has frontage off of 181, and he preferred to have a secondary entrance. Now, everything's going to be off his primary address off of Laboratory Lane. He has water, he has electricity, so this section is only 21 feet wide. So it's only going to be for the use of going directly to his property and coming back from Arched Oak Loop. He'll be getting a driveway permit, keeping it gated, but it's primarily as a secondary access to his place.
All right, Commissioners, I'll entertain a motion on 16C.
Forgot, what did we talk about at the subdivision committee on
No. Like, we're good with it as long as it was gated, so it wasn't public access.
this? Yeah. This is a private access for him. It's not for fire EMS. Only for his personal.
His
If you need any
911 would
type
come off of
emergency
181.
response, they'll be coming from Laboratory Lane to go to his
Right,
residence.
right. Yeah, no, I'm very familiar with what's going on out there. Believe me.
He's not landlocked, he just wants to.
No,
Okay,
No.
got it.
not landlocked.
Looking
It's
at
just
a
that that
different
lady
avenue.
that owns that business is a pain in the neck. And sometimes she has the roads blocked and this and that. And it's a civil squabble that they can't seem to get, nobody can get straightened out. There's, I think, three people back there, right?
There's 3 total tracks that come off of Laboratory Lane.
Yeah,
He just wants cleaner access to his property.
right.
Yes.
So the replat's done, and we have the plat.
Yes. The other plat is just Phelps is going to sign it.
But it is not signed by Phelps.
Correct.
I don't have a problem moving it contingent on.
They're supposed to sign it first. We had this discussion at the last
Yes,
court.
That's why I'm
I
asking.
mean, it's, they have to do the legwork before they get to this table. And the other providers not doing it can take and slow them down.
What's your recommendations, Commissioner?
You're suggesting no action, and
We'll do no action, and let's get that done first and bring it back to court again. And that way we'll have it done. Okay, we'll take.
sorry about that, but I mean, we've had issues with people bringing stuff to us that's not signed and expecting us to sign it. And it's created some problems, and so we just need to get those things signed. If you get it, it'll be ready on the next agenda. I
Yeah.
understand, sir, I really do.
Okay, so just for the record, 16C is no action. We now move to agenda item number 15. We have Huron County Attorney, 15A, discuss take action on revision of the order of August 1, 2019, imposing a hotel occupancy tax for Wilson County to conform to the Texas Tax Code. Being that said, I'm going to entertain a motion to go into executive session by advisement from our county attorney.
I'll make a motion to go into executive session with the county attorney.
Second.
Who was the second?
Do we need,
Me.
Okay, Berto.
we need the auditor?
Yeah, well, let me get the motion. Let's get motion made by Commissioner King, second by Commissioner Peridot. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against, we're going to go into executive session, and we'll need Ms. Huron, the commissioners, and our county auditor. Okay? All right, motion to come out of executive session.
Make a motion to come out of executive session.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Martin, seconded by Commissioner King. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against? We are back into regular session now. It is 11:14 a.m. All right, we're going to return back to agenda item number 15. 15A, discuss and take action on revision of the order of August 1st, 2019, imposing a hotel occupancy tax for Wilson County to conform to the tax code.
I'll make a motion to approve the order dated to the amendment to the order imposing an occupancy tax that was initially issued on August of 2019 to impose a hotel occupancy tax for Wilson County to conform to the tax code.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Martin, seconded by Commissioner King. Any other discussion regarding agenda item number 15A? Here none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against? Ayes have it, motion passes. Agenda item 15B, it is recommended that we take no action and we do a little bit more, allow the county attorney to amend the application or do whatever needs to be done on it, and then we get back to it on the next court. Okay. Yes. Pass that order down. I believe we're now at agenda item 18. Ms. Barnett, Tax Assessor Collector, County Tax Assessor Collector Monthly Report.
That was emailed to each of y'all a couple of weeks ago, and that's just to go into the minutes.
Okay. Commissioners, you want to take a few minutes to look that over? I guess they've already looked at it. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. Agenda item number 19, Christina Moots, County Treasurer, discuss, take action on the County Treasurer's financial report. Ms. Moots.
Good afternoon. You will have in your folder my treasury report for May 2026. Spit that out. As always, follows, you'll see the checking accounts with any debits and credits for that month, followed with our CDs. Then our investments with text pull and text class. Followed with any outstanding debt. Nothing, of course, on the top part, the bottom with the lease purchases, you'll see that the last one I have listed for precinct 2 has been paid. So 0 remaining amounts that will come off. And then ending with the Treasurer's Monthly Report labeled for the month of May for each fund, with the beginning balance, any debits and credits, and then the ending balance for that fund for the month of May. Not going backwards, not doing it. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions of Ms. Moots, gentlemen? Hear none, I'm calling for the vote. All's in favor? I'm sorry, I'll ask for the vote, sorry.
I'm sorry, I do have one question.
Okay.
Yeah, so were you able to figure out what we could do about moving that interest-bearing account?
Yes, what we've decided, me and Kristen have talked about it, in my honest opinion, the best going forward with any type of grant, and you will see that will be added to next Commissioners Court agenda, is opening a non-bearing interest account with the bank for any grants that can't have the interest earned. From there, any grants that we do apply that are awarded, we will then open a sub-account within our Texas class to earn interest that way, which obviously the rate is better going forward. So we have, I guess, both areas covered for any grant that we apply for. If it's non-interest, we have that account open with the bank. And then anything that we can earn interest with, like the one that's coming up, or, excuse me, my brain, the one we were just talking about.
Well, the interest money that's coming out of the investment
Yes,
pool.
and for that one, that will be a sub-account within Texas class. So next month, y'all, or next Commissioners Court, we will add that to the agenda for y'all to discuss or see. But going forward, I think that's the best solution for any type of grants.
Okay, gentlemen, I'll entertain a motion for agenda item number 19.
I'll make a motion on accepting county treasurer's financial report. For May 31st. Appreciate it.
Sorry, my hearing's bad on the left side. Motion made by Commissioner King, seconded by Commissioner Aiken. Any other discussion regarding agenda item number 19? Hear none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those against, the motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Agenda item 20, Jaylynn Bodiford, Human Resource Specialist, presentation of payroll and personnel changes. Nothing to report. Thank you, ma'am. Agenda item number 21, we move to Kristen Labus, interim county auditor, discussion only, fiscal year 2024-2025 external audit presentation by Robert Carter, Leal, and Carter PC.
Yes, each year the county undergoes an independent external audit to ensure the accuracy of our financial statements in compliance with applicable accounting standards. Today, Robert Carter with Leal and Carter PC is here to present the 2024-2025 audit results and answer any questions that the county may have.
Morning, Commissioners.
Good morning, sir.
You all have a 3-page letter inside the audit report. I'm going to go over that first. That's the required communication with governance. It summarizes the results of the audit under significant audit matters. There was one change in an accounting pronouncement. Not necessarily your accounting policies didn't change, but the GASB pronouncement. It's GASB Statement 101 was adopted in this fiscal year. It was required to be adopted, resulting in an increase in the amount of compensated absences eligible for accrual. So you guys have a policy for your comp time. So basically this does is basically just takes more a conservative route as far as how much you're supposed to accrue for, as far as reflecting the liability. So I think in the past, I think you would vest the vacation, and now they're telling you any unused sick time you also accrue. So you'll see that in these financial statements. Your accounting estimates listed there, these are the same as in prior years, no changes in accounting estimates. On page 2, difficulties encountered performing the audit. I know this was an unusual year, so I want to commend Christina and Kristen. We require a lot of information for the audit, so I do appreciate their help. I believe that we tried to do it as timely as possible under the circumstances. So, again, I want to thank you guys for both of y'all for your time and effort. Under corrected, uncorrected misstatements, all uncorrected misstatements have been posted. There are no uncorrected misstatements on these set of financials. I'm also required to attach those to you. They're attached to the documentation here. There were, I guess, 9 in all. The first adjustment is just for financial statement reporting purposes. It consolidates the pooled cash. You guys, each individual fund has a claim on cash or an equity in cash. So when you guys are accounting for it on your fund level statements, it kind of doubles up that number. So all we do is just consolidate it. And again, this is just for financial statement reporting purposes to show the true cash picture. Adjustments 2 through 4 were or basically posting unadopted prior year adjustments that weren't reflected, and they were necessary to reconcile the opening balances on the audit. Entry number 5 is we do that annually for y'all. We get the confirmations in, and depending on what those numbers are, based on what you have on the books, if they're materially misstated, we have to make an adjustment. So there's basically truing up the tax receivable per the confirmation we received. Number 6, you have that unearned revenue. This is the TDM portion. You have it in a liability account because you got the money up front. So we go and realize the revenue portion to match the expenses. Number 7 is just a reclassification in the income statement. Number 8, there again, we validate these court fines, the receivables that are outstanding, and based on what we get from your JPs and the district clerk, county clerk, we true up that number to reflect what that receivable number is based on what's outstanding as of the end of fiscal year 25. And number 9 also was just an opening balance reconciliation. And back to the actual letter itself, we had no disagreements with management. We did not have a need to consult with any third parties. Nothing in this fiscal year resulted in anything we needed to get a second opinion on. We do have one finding. It's the same finding as in prior years. It's on page 66 of the audit report itself, if you want to flip to that page. So we actually, in conjunction with this audit, we also did a state single audit because you guys went over the $1 million threshold in state expenditure, so we had to do a compliance audit on your state grants. But so you didn't have any compliance findings on your state single audit, but there is a financial finding. The custodial fund accounting procedures on the bottom of page 66. So you have custodial funds, daily transactions and ending balances are not recorded in the general ledger. The resulting activity related to the receipts, that's your fine and fees accounts, are on the books. However, the reconciliation of the transfers from the custodial funds is not reflected in the general ledger. Due to the significant amount of these funds processed through these accounts, we recommend the county improve controls over these funds by recording on the books, your books of origination. On page 21, you can see there, we have to list them. We do confirm the ending balances with the bank. On page 21, you can see there's about $3.5 million in these accounts. And so, you have the tax office funds, the district clerk, the trust funds, some county clerks, some sheriff funds. The majority of them are the tax office and the district clerk. So essentially, like I said, these aren't your funds, they're custodial funds, or in the past they would call them agency funds. And so all it basically is supposed to be an in and out mechanism, but we can't, if we don't know those particular amounts, if they're not on the books, then we can't audit them. So it's a recommendation we gave to Brenda last year, and I'm working with Kristen this year to make sure all those are on the books going forward. And essentially, this is just another layer of control to make sure that, again, as far as the fiduciary responsibility of the county, to make sure those funds are maintained properly, that will be reflected in next year's audit. But I know it's time consuming. There is a lot of different funds involved in, and this is on top of Kristen's job already. So like I said, what we'll do is we'll just take one fund at a time and make sure that we get them all on the books. We'll make a one-time entry to record them. But like I said, it was the same finding from last year. We also did a federal examination. That's not a single audit, but that's strictly just on those TDM monies, and we did not have any exceptions on those either as well. Now, getting back to the audit itself, the audit report is starting on page 1. Page 1 is our opinion, and this is in the gray book. So for fiscal year 25, Wilson County has an unmodified opinion on the governmental funds. This is a clean opinion. Your financial statements are fairly stated in accordance with U.S. accounting principles. The only exception is those custodial funds, which again aren't your funds, but they do need to be on the books. So that was the only exception. But otherwise, it is a clean opinion for fiscal year '25.
Before you leave that subject, you mind if I ask a question? So it says, had management recorded these transaction-related accounts may have been materially affected.
Misstated, right.
So, I mean, so other than the recommendation to put it in, does this need to go back and be re-entered, or what do we do moving forward?
Well, again, we're looking at a time and place as, in the past. So there's nothing we can do about it now. But going forward, what we want to do is, all we're basically saying is we can't audit those numbers because they're not on the books.
Right.
And essentially, it's a finding. But, going forward, you can take necessary measures to make sure that we know the ins and outs of those. But we have to disclose that, just information so that you're aware of it.
Okay, so that's really, is that just simply an accounting error, or?
It's not necessarily accounting error, it's just basically most of these counties we deal with have the same issue. It's an oversight, basically. You account for the receipts, which is the critical piece as far as the fine and fee revenue that gets inputted into your general fund. But as far as those, we don't know what else is in that account. As far as if there's any ins and outs that they provide monthly reports, but they're just an Excel sheet or any kind of Word document. They're not the books of origination. So it's basically just not necessarily an accounting error, but basically, you need to make sure that they're posted into the books.
So I guess what concerns me is your statement that said affected accounts could be materially affected.
Right.
So,
Yeah, well, it is something that, I guess, it is concerning. You do need to be aware of it. That's why I'm bringing it to your attention.
Well, you made a suggestion about going forward. Is there a suggestion about reviewing it in a different manner?
Right. Well, that's what I'm proposing is going forward. Starting here in the summer.
But my question is there a way to ask for or try to find out?
You can. You can take all the bank activity for the year and go through all of it and make sure you accounted for all the debits and credits that are going in and out of these bank accounts, and then making a journal entry to post that information. But it's essentially the county auditor's position is supposed to be reviewing that information to make sure the reports that are coming from the district clerk, county clerk, JP offices, that they understand those debits and credits coming in. But without them actually being on the books, there's no way for me to independently audit those numbers. But like I said, it's within the function of a county auditor. They're supposed to be reviewing that, and if there is discrepancies, they should bring it up to y'all's attention.
So are you comfortable with his recommendation going forward? Do you understand it?
Yes,
So
so we do review all of the monthly reports from the tax assessor, collector, the JPs, the district clerk, county clerk. We review all of the debits and credits. The only thing that's not happening is they're not being reflected on our books. So they manage their own bank accounts. So his recommendation, the finding is that we need to start reflecting that on our books. So we would have to start with a beginning balance moving forward, and then start just adding the entries for the debits and credits for those accounts, for those custodial accounts.
Did it proceed? Okay. So on page 13 is your consolidated balance sheet. for fiscal year '25, your total assets are 44.7 million. Those primarily consist of cash equivalents of 17 million, investments of 8.6 million, tax receivables of 1.6 million, accounts receivable, that is the fine and fee number, the court receivable of 523,000, and the capital assets net of depreciation are 16.9 million. Under that category are your deferred outflows. These are prepayments into the pension plans. The financial statements of the plan, you have the Texas County District Retirement System who manages these plans. Their fiscal year is December. So any contributions you make subsequent to December 24 to September 25 are essentially prepayments into the plan. That's 1.6 million. It's basically essentially an asset. Under that are your total liabilities. Those are 16.3 million, and those primarily consist of trade payables of 1.6 million. Your compensated absences, now you can see where that increase in that new GASB pronouncement takes effect. It's $1 million. I think you average usually around 300,000, but when you figure in all the rest of the comp time, that's what's accrued is $1 million. The unearned revenue, that's the remaining portion, which you guys expended in '26 of the TITA money, is 4.9 million. So that's still as shown as a liability until you spend it. And your long-term debt is that you've got current portion and long-term portion of your bonds and notes. That's 5 million. Your net pension liability is actually an asset. So again, since they value the plan as of December, any activity subsequent to that, you're still making the same contribution. So depending on how that plan performs, how the investments perform, in some cases the assets are overtake the liabilities. In this case, the plan, the Wilson County's prospective portion is an actual asset of $400,000. That's why it's shown as a credit. Under that, your these are other post-benefit employee benefits. You guys provide retiree benefits for health insurance and for death benefits, I believe. That liability is 3.5 million. And under that is a category called deferred inflow. So again, since the plan is valued in December, if there are any additional accrued expenses into the plan that weren't accounted for in December, we account for them through a series of adjustments on these consolidated government-wide statements, and that number's 2.2 million in additional accrued expenses. So the net effect of applying these assets and the prepayments against these liabilities and the accrued expenses is your net position. This is your equity. County's equity is 27.7 million. Page 14 is the consolidated government-wide income statement. And again, this is the prescribed format. I don't particularly like this format. It's not conducive for easy reading. I know you guys have seen this for several years now, but I'll just detail it out in my explanation. So for the first column are your total governmental expenses for the year. Those are 31.8 million. That number is a little different than the fund level because we do conversion entries. We capitalize your assets, which you expense for fund in your budget purposes, and then the principal portion of the debt is also capitalized. So that's where you see a difference between this number and on the fund level statements when you do your budgets. That 31.8 million also includes 2.3 million of depreciation expense, which is a non-budgeted, non-cash item. But so for full accrual basis, you guys have to reflect a reserve, an allowance annually for depreciating your fixed assets. And so what that 2.3 million represents basically a yearly allowance for any replacement costs that you're going to have on your fixed assets. Back on the top again, as far as program revenues, you have two columns. One's charges for services. That's $3,098,000 for the year, and then your operating grants and contributions for $5.7 million. On the far right column, if you take that deficit number and apply your property taxes and your other taxes such as your franchise and your hotel. 23.7 million for property taxes, 1.1 million in the other taxes. And you also had investment earnings of 1.5 million, so your general revenues were 26.8 million. Applying these program revenues and your general revenues against the expenses for fiscal year '25 resulted in a surplus of $3.8 million. Overall, getting back to the balance sheet, the county is in good health. On page 13, most of these bondholders are going to look at these asset to liability ratios, and they like to see at least a 2-to-1 ratio between your assets and your liabilities, and you have well over that, 44.7 to 16.3 million. And as far as working capital, on average, it's taken you guys run about $3 million a month as far as your operations, and you have 17 million in cash, so that's well over 3 months of working capital. So again, that reflects a good financial health. That concludes my presentation, and I'll open it up to any questions you might have.
Questions, Commissioner? Question? I'm good. Good? Good. See, we don't have any questions, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Y'all have a good rest of your afternoon.
Thank you, sir.
A lot of numbers to digest.
Yeah. Agenda item number 22. Ms. Labus, interim county auditor, discuss take action on bills.
Okay, the bill total is $892,122.62.
I'll entertain a motion to accept the bills.
Make a motion to accept the bills for $892,122.62.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner King, seconded by Commissioner Aiken. We have any other discussion regarding agenda item number 22? Hear none, I call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against? Ayes have it, motion passes. Agenda item number 23, Commissioners Court. A, announcements by Commissioners Court, and B, status updates, information only. Do we have any information to share, Commissioners?
Yeah, I think one important thing to share from our session this week at conference, it's specifically relating to your comments, Ms. Doyle. Number one, counties have no authority to enter into any agreement other than those allowed to us by law, which the only one that currently exists is a tax abatement. Number two, there's a lot of information out there. A lot of it's based on past history. A lot of it's taken off the internet, and that's not worth a whole lot, unfortunately. Not very credible. Fact is, our understanding was that it's all coming from China, Burma, and India, not coming from the United States. So that's a problem. We do hear y'all, whether you recognize it or not. We just don't have the authority. We don't have the authority to control water. In many cases, y'all are saying that we're not being transparent, but we are, because basically we have received no information from Mesa. None. They haven't made an application. I don't think they've even applied for a driveway permit yet, have they? No, they brought nothing to us, so we have nothing to share. We can't say anything or make any comments because we don't have any information on that. So until these groups actually come to us with an application, we don't know what they're asking for or what they're going to do. And then again, the only way that we can negotiate that agreement is with a tax abatement, if they ask for it. If they don't ask for a tax abatement, there is absolutely nothing we can do except the local permits for floodplain development that we can ask them to do. And Ms. Kibbe's provided several examples of things that we ought to ask for and that we have in our preview with the Clear Fork Solar. She made some very good recommendations, and all of those were in our solar agreements, our agreement. And so it's very unfortunate. However, I will tell you this, the positive note out there is that the state, when I say the state, I'm talking about the governor's office and the legislature, apparently in this session are going to adopt something, although we don't know what it is concerning data centers. That's the good news, but that's all I know, is that there is something to be proposed there. So I would suggest to you all that you watch that, and anything that gives counties authority to do that. I think every county in the state of Texas would like to have that authority. I don't know, did I leave anything out, guys? Was that?
No, one of the things about those moratoriums that are going around. So
Yes.
you might want to talk about that.
Yeah. We are not allowed, we cannot create a moratorium. Any county that's done that is subject to lawsuit, and we're not going to go there, or I'm not, I wouldn't vote for it. I can't speak for the rest of these guys, but yeah, moratoriums they're a no-no. Yeah, come up to the microphone, please, ma'am.
It's not so much the transparency from y'all, it's that we have people just constantly asking us, what's going on, and of course, they pass the blame around, but we know what your position is and what you can and can't do. We're just asking, if you would have more communication with us. But the ones that we are against are these developers, these industrial developers coming in and just turning Wilson County into the armpit of industrial. A beautiful county. It's getting paved over with solar farms and data centers and just...
Well, those people own that land.
I realize they own that land, but they're affecting their neighbors.
Then that's a civil suit.
1,300 people live around that Mojo. And a lot of them don't even know about it. They're just people going to school and home and work and taking care of the kids at daycare. And then what data center? What are you talking about? You know, I'm not saying it's you, because I've been coming to these meetings enough to know. And I've been studying up on everything. And I know what you can and can't do. But the transparency, the lack of transparency with these developers, that's what's causing all this problem and breeding the mistrust. And the general public thinks it's you guys, because that's what I thought at first.
And the Facebook page from the group has individuals that are calling us out. And I mean.
And I'm trying not to.
And I mean, but I was given a letter from the group that says we are not political in nature.
Right.
And I think that some of your members don't understand what your letter that was sent to me said, and they're not adhering to that stance. I want you to know, well, I mean, I want you to know that we hurt when we can't take action legally, and we want to because it's in our heart to try to do so. I mean,
I understand that, and I do believe that.
But, you know, I want to, because we're addressing this and it has been brought up, you know, I have a gentleman that I graduated with, and he goes, we want to hear y'all. I go, I understand. What does that mean to you? You tell me in your own words what you want to see. Well, we want you to take and do something in court. I go, okay. He goes, like. I go, are you going to tell me like San Marcos or like Hill County? Which one of those are you going to use? And he goes, well, both of them. I go, okay, San Marcos is a municipality, and they did not grant a variance, excuse me, not variance, they did not grant a change in the way the area could be used, okay? They just go, no, we're not going to change the zoning, and therefore they couldn't build there because the zoning forbade it. With Hill County, I go, my friend, I will bet you $10, $100, $1,000, whatever amount you want, that inside of 90 days, they're going to get sued. And we were only 2 weeks into that having happened in their court. And it wasn't 30 days, and they are being sued for $100 million, and each of the individual commissioners and the judge are being sued individually because what they did, their own lawyer told them you are probably going to get sued over this because it's not in state statute. So if we can get people to get the state to change, and we talk to the state about changing, that's our only recourse. We don't want to subject the county.
The problem is that they think that you all are for this and that you're encouraging and it's incentivizing.
And they've never heard that out of our mouths ever.
Looking at you, that's what I thought. That's what people I talked to thought. It's only been through the process of education and coming and showing up and putting pieces together and trying to figure out who's who and trying to look you in the eye and see, you know, what the truth is. And the general public doesn't know that. And they're going to point blame at all of y'all.
Because they're listening to the internet, which takes on a life of its own, which, what other countries was it coming from?
That's how I learned.
China, Burma, and India.
China, Burma, and India.
That's ridiculous. There's a
Well,
No,
but they're trying to use.
No, there's a large part.
They're
there's a
using
big
examples
part of-
from other states, and the state of Texas, as we all know, is different from everybody else.
Wilson County people are upset about the data centers and the solar farms and the power plants.
And that's fine. You know, they can be upset about it.
China.
No,
And they may be getting their information
but that's who's generating, and Pakistan was the other one, is the latest one.
Yeah,
in
but
the
they're
light.
going to say that. That's
No.
the other side.
No, this comes from somebody that
Well, I
that
haven't
has
seen
been
it.
in,
I'm
but,
sorry.
yeah. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and argue and that's why I've always said is, don't bring me something off the internet unless you bring me the PhD paper that backs it
I
up.
get it all the time. People, they have wrong information, and they'll
Yeah.
hear something, and then they'll,
And that's all we're trying to do is correct that information.
and that's what we're trying to do too.
So if we can work together in that regard, I mean, it's, until someone actually shows up here and makes an application to do something, whatever that is, then there's not much they can make an application to the county for. We may or may not know anything about it.
The bad thing is they've been here for couple of years already looking at what we don't know.
Yeah. And
So they're
that's
talking
how
to
we
those
get- we get
landowners.
Blindsided.
Well, we're in the same boat. I mean, we don't, but we're blatantly accused of having information that we're not releasing, and that is not the case.
And
Everything that we receive is public information.
I agree. But, you know, they are coming, and somebody knows something, so that's the
Yeah.
problem.
But you said it, but you didn't say it right the first time. Your problem is transparency with the developer.
That's correct. That's what I
So
meant.
that's what you need, that's what I
I
would
was
prefer.
up late last night writing that, and
No, that's okay.
like 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
And that's what I was intending to say, and I tried to edit it.
No, that's okay, that's fine, just so that we understand that we're doing everything that we're legally allowed to do, and we're not going to put this county in a position that would make us to be,
We'd just
Doable.
like to know. People would like to know. It doesn't have to be us, but the general public would like to know what's happening. They're like, every day they're asking me, what's going on with the data center?
We would like to know.
We would,
And I say, I don't know. And I, you know,
my daughter just retired 3 weeks ago from a very high-end governmental agency in Washington, D.C. That information he just said is true. She has briefed me, and she has a PhD at the end of her name, so I trust her.
but I'm talking about Wilson County.
But it affects everybody in the United States, so.
People don't like this development. And
no, but unfortunately, counties there's no way to stop it. None whatsoever.
And somebody hinted that there was a way, but, okay, what suggestions, you know, what manner can there be any of this
have
changed, inhibited? I mean, because we just went to a conference. There wasn't any answers there on being able to
have a
take and
meeting,
stop
say
it.
you care. Say, you know, we're not for this either, or whatever. Say something, you know.
But
just think
the reality is it doesn't matter what we tell them.
I think,
If they want to do it, and they've got the money and they're not asking us for anything,
yeah, but I'm.
then there's nothing we can do. Because I'll tell you right now, the general counsel, the senior general counsel, who's been doing this for almost 50 years, has been in every session of the legislature, very adamantly warned us about moratoriums
Right.
and things like that.
I've
He said, don't go there.
Yeah.
He said, and he's not real optimistic that things are going to change very fast.
Right.
And so, you know, I mean, it doesn't paint a pretty picture, and we just need to be reality, because, I mean, you've got to ask yourself, well, if I don't have that solar farm or data center, and maybe those two aren't exactly comparable, on that 3,000 or 4,000 acres, well, 4 acres of home on 3,000 acres is 12,000 homes with 3 people. That's 36,000 population increase in this county, plus a significant 200 gallons a day per person up to that in water, versus a solar farm that doesn't do any. And the jury is out on what this data center may do or use in terms of water. So,
Well, I think if they hadn't have said on their website that they have 2 million gallons a day, and it's free, with the exclamation point, they hadn't have said that, that would have cut off a lot of that.
but it's true. If I own that many acres, I'd own that much in water rights
You see,
too.
coming from the public, it feels bad.
Well, I mean, I know it does, but the reality is if I own that and I wanted to farm it and I wanted to put 2 million gallons of water out there, I can do that. So what's the difference between,
People want to have some kind of say in their lives and what goes on around them. I mean, here we are.
and then unfortunately, you got to move to the city.
Yeah,
I
if
don't
he
know where
owns,
you
he owns the land, we can't tell him what we can do with his land anymore. We can come on your land and tell you what you can
can't tell
do.
people what to do with your land.
No, we can't.
I mean, it should be a moral
That's
question.
State of Texas.
Do unto
No.
your neighbors, you know. You can't dry up their wells and just ruin the neighborhood.
But do you know that those wells that were permitted for 2 million gallons a day have been permitted for years and years at 2 million gallons on that farm, on that ranch?
Well, my well went dry, so, I mean, in October.
Well, they're not even
the day we
pumping those,
found out
they're
about
not
the
even
data center.
pumping those wells.
Not yet.
Then they didn't cause your well to go dry.
No, but my well's going dry and we're in the middle of a drought. I mean, people are worried about it. So you're arguing with me.
No, I'm not arguing.
Well, I feel like you're arguing with me, and that's how
Okay.
people feel. People want to know that you guys have our backs, that you're here for rural people, and not industrial developments just making Wilson County an ugly place. It's ruining Wilson County. We've got 15,000 acres of solar farms already. I mean, that's all I got to say, is we just want to know y'all care.
We care about our county.
I hope so.
Well, we
It seems
do.
like you do. And like I said, it's not your lack of transparency. It's just, we just hear all these rumors. This is going in, this is going in. And if somebody would just say,
Well, there's nothing for us to say until something comes to us.
well, I'm glad you're saying that, because I'm sure there will be people
Well, yeah, I know,
watch
but,
the video instead of,
yeah, well, but I mean, some people are here like you, and the rest of them aren't here. And you did say it. It's knowing and understanding.
busy.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just the way that it is. It's not a problem until it's their problem.
And they want somebody else to.
Then it's usually too late.
What happens, and,
Yeah.
say, go yourself, show up yourself.
Yeah.
That's how you learn that it's not you guys that are doing anything as far as.
Yeah, there's nothing for us to have done yet.
But I think if you just maybe acknowledge the frustration of a lot of people in Wilson County.
I mean, some of us are frustrated about it. I mean, but the thing is there is absolutely nothing that we can do until one of two things happen. One is that they come and ask us for something. And they want to negotiate, then we will negotiate. We will negotiate, we'll take public input.
And
The other thing
the
is.
history is there. We have taken public input. We have negotiated. And I mean, there was discussion about not having an abatement agreement on the books anymore so that it would try to discourage them. That is not the right belief. They weren't going to be discouraged. They were just going to come in and do whatever they wanted to do. With the abatement program, you at least have some power to negotiate for the citizens to make it a better deal for the citizens. And,
Come up to the
Come up
podium,
microphone,
please.
There is an organization that you all fund in the county that is closely related to this. And if you don't believe me, you can go to the clerk's office and see how the different real estate people involved with the Wilson County EDC are also involved with these AI centers. You can look at Alina, you look at Moonstone, look at Wasatch. There are a lot of connections that will be broken if you would remove the real estate, get rid of that organization for one thing, or remove the people from it who are involved with the data centers. And if you think I'm wrong, you can sure go check in the clerk's office.
And that's the reason I told them they need to come brief us. That's the reason I said in the last court, they need to be up here briefing all this. The EDC.
Economic Development Corporation.
Absolutely agree. There are names that you'll find them with Moonstone. One gentleman that's on that has been on both the city one and on the county one. And you all are funding the county one, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't believe there has been an election that brings any sales tax to them. I don't recall having voted for an election for a county EDC. And I think it's required. Maybe somebody can tell me.
Can you show me the statute where that comes from?
Local government code, it's 50505. It has A's and B's, and I think yours is an A, and the cities in the county each have B's.
That requires us to have an election for that?
The sales tax, if you're going to pay.
Oh, we're
the
not,
sales tax.
we're not using sales tax.
Through 380s?
We don't have a local sales tax here, ma'am. We're one of the few counties that does not have a local sales tax.
Sorry, wrong about that. But didn't we vote on one some years ago?
Yes, you did, and it was voted down.
How are they funding the EDCs then?
How is the FEDCs?
EDCs being funded.
Wilson County. But that's not a sales tax.
Okay, fine, it's not, but you're funding them, and they're.
And we don't want to even mention that. We've tried to talk about that, and the citizens get upset about that local sales tax.
Now, then I would urge you to go and look in the clerk's office at the connection that the people on that fund, on that corporation have with AI centers. I guarantee it's there. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Motion to adjourn?
Make a motion.
One
to
second.
adjourn.
Hold on, you got
I was
another
gonna
one?
say, we didn't, you always want to stop on 1 and 2 and not get to 3 and 4.
Okay.
There, I found.
But I get it, it's 12:05, Judge.
Very shortly. There is a company that I found at the conference that is no cost to the county, will train our guys how to set up set their men working signs, what the distance is.
How about text lab?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Tech Lab, it was another, and it's no cost to the county. He's willing to come to the county, train. He said he'd like to have 20 to 40 people per class. So that means we'd have to have 3.
Shut down.
Yeah, we'd have it almost shut down. But just was asking if any of the commissioners would be interested in something like that, and they will get a certificate laminated that they can carry in their wallet, that somebody says, well, what are you doing putting these men working signs up here, whatever. Well, I've got certification. I've been trained to how to set up.
Was it like 4 hours?
I think he could do it in 2 days or could do it all in 1 day. He's willing to kind of work with us however.
Yeah, get the information.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be something when it starts to get colder and wetter.
I know my guys could use it for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
Always
get
good
back
to
to you with
train.
more details.
And just to close out, we did have the blessing of rain yet again. It seems like we've gotten more in the last 3 months than we have the last 3 years. Unfortunately, that plays into our road and bridge system. I would just want to encourage the public to take and contact us and let us know if you see something so that we can take and get it on the list to address. And all of our crews are working towards that end.
Very hard.
Yes, Friday night alone, we had 2 to 3 inches depending on where you were in the county, so it's the sunshine it's today, but
Blades are running.
My oldest son said he dumped 5 inches out last week and the week before 5 inches out. So that's 10 inches in 2 weeks there in the Livonia area.
You're greedy. I said y'all are greedy.
Saying.
Motion,
Thank you for the opportunity to clear the air a little bit.
no, it's great. I mean, because we can't address your concerns if we don't really know what they are, but
And we'd like to feel like we can come to y'all for,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
You don't have to do it. I mean, every one of them are, just if the project's in a certain precinct, did you start with the commission?
yes,
It's
sir.
precinct itself.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Other than that, I mean, that's probably the easiest way.
And I'm sorry if my
No,
No,
you're good.
And just so that you know, if you all have some kind of community meeting, be aware that we all can't come there at one time because then we have a quorum problem.
right.
So the best place is to come here with us or individually, we can't break the rules.
And just know that this, with us sitting here talking right now, we created this thing at the end of the court for comments. So when we're in session, we can't sit here and converse back and forth. So when y'all come up here and with your comments and we sit here and we get accused of sitting on our hands, it's not a back and forth. It's to listen to your concerns.
Public comment is public comment.
And I'm sorry about that because I
No,
think
no,
you
that's
all do
okay. It's a learning
Good
process.
job. You all, I mean, it's obvious you wouldn't be sitting here.
There are certain rules and regulations we have to follow,
Right.
so.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
This is
Motion to adjourn.
Second, whatever.
About a third.
Third.
Motion made by Commissioner Martin, seconded by Commissioner King. All those in favor say aye.
aye.
We are adjourned.
was
It
gonna
is
say-
12:07.
You didn't ask for more discussion.
Yeah.